The candle is lit, and today what we're using for a candle holder are these hands, which symbolize our safety and the protection that God gives us because we are inscribed on the palms of God's hands. Our evening prayer. As we lit the candle this evening, we did that in honor of God, the Father, the Creator, Jesus, the Redeemer, and the Spirit, who is our constant companion and guide. The psalm that we're going to use as an evening prayer is Psalm 145, verses 3 to 8. God is the Lord and is worthy of much praise, whose grandeur is beyond understanding. One generation praises your deeds to the next and proclaims your mighty works. They speak of the splendor of your majestic glory, tell of your wonderful deeds. They speak of the power of your awesome acts. They celebrate your abounding goodness and joyfully sing your justice. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in mercy. We're going to have a moment of silence before we move into the prayers. God, this moment of silence comes just before we bring to you our prayers of thanksgiving, concern, and lament. We pray for protesters in Iran and in Russia, where being opposed to the policies of the state can be dangerous. We pray for those who are protesting for peace in the Middle East around the world. Some police departments and universities appear to have responded with a very heavy hand. Pray for peace between Russia and Ukraine, for peace between Israel and Hamas, a war that's impacted on every person in Gaza. Pray that food and water and medicine and medical supplies can get through to Gaza. Praying for peace in Sudan. For the future of 3 congregations who are doing incredible things to serve God and need a bit of a boost as they do that. We pray that people will join those congregations as they see the love of God being poured out. Praying for the the town of Jasper, the forest fires there burned major portions of the town and took out 2 churches, United Church of Canada congregation and an Anglican parish. We pray for the United Church in Kelowna that was burned in a fire. We pray for all those in Jasper and surrounding areas who are helping with the cleanup and the rebuilding. We pray that there'll be rain that will help put out the fires. Welcome to those who are joining live on Instagram and on YouTube. You're welcome to jot in prayer requests. We pray for those who've lost their jobs. We had a request that came in on social media for a specific person. We're making this to include both that person and all people around the world who've lost their jobs and are searching for work. We pray for those who are looking for better jobs. Praying especially for those who are trying to survive on minimum wage. We pray as well for those who are somehow trying to survive on pensions, disability pensions, work pensions, government pensions. We're praying for those who struggle to have enough money to eat, for those who have no homes, especially in towns and cities where being homeless has essentially become a crime. Praying for a person who came out to family and was rejected, and for all who are in that situation or have recently been in that situation. For individuals who are bullied at school, at work, in their local communities, in churches, and in families. Praying for all who are missing. There's a teenager we've been asked to pray for who's missing. We've not received an update about that situation. We're going to move our prayers toward those who have urgent concerns regarding health. A person who had heart surgery, 2 parents who have cancer, a mother and a father, an individual with prostate cancer, for 2 British royals who have cancer, King Charles and Princess Kate Middleton, for 2 people who've been diagnosed with rare forms of cancer, for 2 people we do not know what type of cancer they have, for a young person, a child with cancer. For a person in their 20s who has a very aggressive form of cancer. We pray for a child who's been on our prayer list for probably close to 3 years, most of the child's life. We're praying that the medication will continue to work, praying for the child's development, growth, and health, for the parents, for the primary care providers, for extended family, and for the medical team of doctors, nurses, and technicians that are help keeping this baby healthy and happy. Praying for William Barber II, for his health, his ministry, and for the Poor People's Campaign that he works with, that it will make a difference for impoverished Americans from coast to coast. Praying for an end to hate in all of its many forms, including racism, tribalism, ethnic-motivated hate, religiously motivated hate, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny. We pray for Indigenous peoples across North America, for those who survived residential schools and have the deep emotional scars to show for their time in the residential schools. We pray for their children and grandchildren, as the impact has been multi-generational. We pray for the many families who have missing children, brothers, sisters, parents. The number of Indigenous people who go missing percentage-wise is significantly higher than it is in non-Indigenous communities. Praying for social service agencies in the area where I live in this region. We pray they'll have the funding needed to offer the programs that are making a big difference for people. We pray for the employees and the volunteers that work at those agencies. We pray for the clients. Some of those agencies include Pride Center, Pride Corner, CHU, Salvation Army, Canadian Mental Health Association, Herb Jameson, Youth Emergency Services, Catholic Social Services, Jewish Family Services, E4C, the Bissell Hope Mission. Praying for unspoken prayer requests. Praying for a person who's asked for prayers for guidance and a sense of direction. And today we pray for members of other world religions, praying especially for Jewish people and Muslims. This is a prayer of thanksgiving for those individuals. Concluding our time of prayer with the Lord's Prayer from the Cotton Patch Bible. Father of us, O spiritual one, your name be truly honored, your movement spread, your will prevail through the earth as through the heavens. Grant us sustaining bread each day. Forgive our debts as we forgive those who cannot pay. And from confusion keep us clear from the evil's sway. Thank you very much for joining live. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night.